Hi guys, Coach Christo here. Now I've talked about this on some of my other platforms, but I thought I would make a full-length video here to go into everything in a bit more detail. This is How to Go Pro. Obviously, I will give the caveat that none of this will matter if you are not a good enough player to go pro. If you think I'm going to give you one trick that will make you good enough to go pro, or will make pro teams sign you even though you aren't good enough, you can switch off this video right now. Seriously, you can go. Okay, great. We got rid of the people who think they're going to go pro without putting in the work. That is obviously the first step. Not only that, it never stops. You should always be trying to improve in any and every way that you can. You don't become a pro and just stop. You look at the greatest players in the world, Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, they have always been improving. They are constantly improving. Even now, they became the best and they still worked hard. So you need to keep working hard no matter what level you're playing at now. Going hand in hand with constantly improving, you need to be on a team yesterday. If you are not on a team, go find one and join up as soon as possible. I made a full video about training on your own, but that will only take you so far. At the end of the day, you will need to impress on a field playing with and against other players. You cannot prepare for that on your own. You cannot learn how to play in a game without playing in a game. You cannot truly be fit for 90 minutes without playing 90 minutes. There is no way to prepare for the pressure of competition without competing. It does not matter how bad the team you join is. It's better than no team. You will improve so much from team training, even poorly run team training. You will improve so much from playing in games, even low-level games. Even if you can only join a 5v5 team, a Sunday league team, an indoor team, it doesn't matter. It's infinitely better than nothing. If you are trying to go pro and you are not on a team right now, no coach or agent or team will take you seriously. Not being on a team shows that you aren't really taking soccer seriously. Do not wait for the perfect opportunity. Do not wait for the perfect team. Get on a team now. Seriously, if you are not on a team yet, stop watching this video. Go join a team, then come back and watch the rest. Okay. So now you're on a team and you realize that no matter how good you are or how good you will be in the future, you need to be constantly improving. Now we can start talking about the path to going pro. Now I want you to realize that this is a long journey. If you want to go pro, you will probably play for many teams along the way. You will succeed on your current team, move to a slightly better team, succeed there, join a slightly better team, and on and on and on. Do not expect to take huge leaps and bounds every year. You might even move backwards sometimes, and that's okay. This takes time, and it will only work if you are willing to put in that time and hard work. Even when the rewards are small, if you keep working hard, time and time again, those small rewards will build up. Now, a lot of players seem to think that if they succeed on their current team, they will get picked up by a better team, but it doesn't always work like that. I would say that it often doesn't work like that. You need to market yourself. Most players don't need an agent to do this. All you need to do is put together a soccer resume, a highlight video, and a LinkedIn profile. My soccer resume is just a Word document. I know there are a lot of other programs you can use, but I've had mine forever, so it's on Word. And Word is completely fine. All the resume will be is your name, date of birth, a short player description, current team, and then your playing history. Playing history will include all recent teams. Mine goes back to my first men's team when I was 16, so that's over 10 years ago. But for a youth player, covering the last 3 or 4 years, maybe even less, is completely fine. If you can include appearances, maybe even as a starter and substitute appearances, that's great. If you have statistics like goals, assists, or clean sheets for defenders and goalkeepers, that's even better. Yes, I know, a defensive midfielder's stats of 30 games, 0 goals, 1 assist doesn't look great on paper, but teams are not looking for a defensive midfielder who scores every game. Just put the stats that you have. Putting the teams that you have played for is much more important than any statistics. Along with the teams, you want to put team awards, championships, cup wins, promotions, undefeated seasons, even stuff like second place finishes, semi-final appearances. Those are all good. Put individual awards as well, so MVP, top scorer, or anything else that you might have gotten. You can include references, probably coaches that you've played for or play for currently, but I prefer to put references upon request at the bottom of the resume. If the team is interested, they can ask for your references, and then you'll give them the name, number, and or maybe email address of your coach. Remember, you don't just make a resume and never update it. You should be updating it constantly so that it's ready to send out at a moment's notice. That means from now on, if you haven't been tracking appearances and your statistics, start tracking them and updating your resume as you go. Now on to a highlight video. Obviously, this is a lot harder than a resume, but it is very important. If you're making connections in different cities, even different countries, it's tough for teams to take you seriously unless they have at least some footage of you. Now, I understand that not everyone is going to be able to go out and get a nice camera to record their games, but it is worth it. Save up. Skip that next pair of boots. This is more important. If you can't get a camera, I've worked with players who have put together decent videos with just clips that their friends or their parents recorded on a phone. So that can work as well. It's not ideal, but it can work. Put a photo of yourself at the beginning of the video with your name, date of birth, current team, position, and any statistics that will make it look even more impressive. Now from there, you want to put your best highlights right at the start of the video, with your absolute best highlight right at the beginning. A lot of coaches won't watch past that first highlight, and most coaches won't if that first highlight doesn't impress them. From there, I will say, although it may seem obvious, only include good clips. The number of times I've gone through someone's highlight video and there were several clips that just shouldn't be in there would amaze you. Try to make a video that you think a coach wouldn't stop watching, something that will grab their attention and keep them engaged throughout. Don't make the video too long. 3 minutes is fine. More than 5 minutes is too long. If you've gone on for longer than 5 minutes, be more selective with the clips that you're using. Get rid of the worst ones. Adding music can be a nice touch, but keep it simple. A nice upbeat instrumental is great. The last thing that you want is for a coach to stop watching your highlight video because they can't stand the music. Now, just like with your resume, your highlight video is never done. If you get new, better clips, add them in. Or better yet, make a second highlight video. I have 3 highlight videos on my YouTube channel from times in my past. One was very early on in my career, and the other 2 are a bit more recent. Now, I'm more than happy to give advice on highlight videos. I'm always down to watch some soccer highlights. And if you need help making a highlight video, I can also help with that. Just get in touch with me. Now that you have a resume and a highlight video, it's time to get you on social media as a player looking for teams. Just because you're happy with the team you're on now does not mean you should not be looking for better opportunities. If you really want to go pro, you need to be marketing yourself now. You can just find coaches' emails and reach out that way, but I found LinkedIn to be a really useful tool. I've made a lot of connections through LinkedIn, gotten trials with a bunch of different teams. I think it's definitely an underrated way to market yourself as a soccer player. You do have to be 16, I believe, to make a LinkedIn profile, but if you're younger than that, just wait. You can reach out to coaches by email if you want, but don't worry about it too much. Focus your efforts on succeeding on the team you're at and updating your resume and your highlight video as you go. Making a profile on LinkedIn is pretty straightforward. Make sure you use a good professional looking profile picture and also a nice background picture. From there, put in teams that you've played for as jobs, include all your statistics and awards from your resume, and upload your highlight video. Now you can go ahead and start reaching out to coaches, teams, agents, and anyone else in soccer that you think might give you an opportunity. Don't be discouraged if you don't hear back. Most of the time, you won't. You just need to be persistent. Like I said, I have gotten a lot of opportunities through LinkedIn. It is a really good platform for young players to take advantage of. You can also direct people that you meet in person to your LinkedIn profile. So if a coach or a scout comes up to you after a game and wants to talk, you can talk to them, and then when you're done talking, you can give them your name and tell them to look you up on LinkedIn. This shows them that you're serious. It also gives them a way to see all your statistics, your playing history, your highlight video, all in one place, which makes it easy for them, which they'll like a lot. Now, the goal in talking to coaches and teams is to get a trial with a specific team, or even just an opportunity to train with them. Just training with a team, even without the promise of being considered as a potential player, is still a great opportunity. Training with a good team will help you in so many ways, and making a good impression could definitely turn into something. I have said before that I am not a fan of open trials. If it's free, then sure, it's fine, but still don't expect much. If you have to pay for an open trial though, I would just steer clear. Almost no one gets taken from open trials, and if you have to pay, it probably means that whoever is running the trial is just trying to make money off players who think this will be their big break. In my opinion, just getting to a training session with a good team is worth 10 open trials any day. All right, that's it. Let me know in the comments if you'd like me to make another video on how to succeed at a trial once you get one. Other than that though, it's in your hands now. Good luck.